was working, but Denise had 4 days off, which is great. So we got to do all kinds of things we saw in the videos, which is taking me a little while to release, as you probably noticed, because I got so much clips from Death Valley. So let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday we woke up at the, what was it, the candy store in Nevada.
Arizona fruit and nut and candy store.
Yeah, got some coffee, and then we drove over to Death Valley. We had a whole thing planned where we were going to go on this canyon. What was it called? Titan Canyon, is that right?
Yeah.
Titan Canyon?
Titus Canyon.
Titus. And we weren't sure what to make of it, but one of the locals at Sonny's restaurant told us about it. And then we were going to go to the racetrack. But we quickly found out when we got on the road to Titus Canyon that it was much more difficult than we thought. We encountered mostly Jeeps on the trail, and it was fun. It was very dangerous, I'd say, and I was concerned a few times about our car, but we didn't make too many mistakes. Stayed on the road, didn't get anything damaged on the car, which is great, and had an experience that we probably never would have had otherwise. That probably most people have never had in Death Valley. If you look at our videos from that, which are, like I said, they've been delayed, but they should be out there now, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know how you felt, Denise, but like I mentioned on there, I felt like that was the best experience so far of this entire 50-some day trip.
Yeah, it was pretty. The rocks were pretty, but yeah, you'll see. Mike was really intense with the exclamations and the overreactions to the degrees of tilt on the road and stuff. So
even though we were sliding at some points down the hill.
So if that stuff bothers you, you might not enjoy that video.
Well, that's how it was. It was not your typical drive on a smooth asphalt road and see all the tourist traps experience. It was anything but that. So anyway, then we got off the road. We were going to go over to the racetrack until we figured out that we weren't going to be able to do that. If you look at the time, sorry, I'm still waking up. The times wouldn't have allowed us because it would take forever if it were off-road, which it appeared to be. I couldn't tell. I mean, what we saw looked like a regular road on the map, but it was obviously anything but that. We were going between 7 and 14 miles an hour most of the trip, instead of 50 to 80 miles an hour, I'd say, on regular roads in the park. So
Mike made me get out at least 2 or 3 other overlooks that we weren't planning on stopping and taking
I made
photos
you?
at. Yeah, I wanted to stay in the car, and he's like, "Come on, let's go and take a picture."
It's for instance, one of those that I made you do was the sand dunes, right?
Yeah, then we got out at the stand.
Wait, yeah?
Planning on that.
I made you get out there?
I was okay with that, but there were like 2 or 3 other overlooks that I wasn't interested in that he wanted me to get out for anyway.
Oh, well, there were just some amazing views. There were stuff that you had never seen because all of that was because we went to the California side through the main route through the park, which you had never done before. Yeah. You'd always stayed on the Nevada side.
So then we were trying to find a sunset hike, but we were 15 minutes short.
Oh, way more than that. Way more than that. Actually, if the point of after the park was seeing the sequoias.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're all way on the western ridge, and eastern ridges of that range of mountains are not accessible. So the only way to do it is to go way over to the western side, go up north again, and then go in. And not only was it a time issue, but an electricity issue. We would have had to start on the western side. We would not make it electricity-wise or time-wise.
So we could have done a short hike closer to the supercharger where we ended up around quarter to 4, but there wasn't enough time to even go for a short hike at sunset.
Yeah, there weren't any real hikes there, and it would have taken us out of the way. And at least we got dinner last night, decent dinner, which you'll see, and we are able to prepare for today, which is Denise's work day, and us driving down to get the car fixed again, the rear suspension. The final work will be done hopefully today in 5 hours at 10 a.m. It's 5 a.m. here, 5 a.m. California time. So we got to get going. We got to go to the bathroom. We got to get on the road, get supercharged, get all the way charged up, because as soon as we're done with this work, we are getting out of California. We were going to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, all that. As fast as we can. I can't wait to get out of California.
Me neither. I'm tired of getting up at 4:30 a.m. for a 6 a.m. meeting.
Yeah, and this the whole culture, I guess, the homeless culture that we encounter here in California is bad. Somebody needs to do something about that. I don't know what. I don't think it's an easy thing to have to deal with. I don't think there's any easy solutions for that. But something needs to be done about it. I'm not sure what.
I just don't want to live in Pacific time and work in Atlantic time anymore.
Yeah. So you don't mind the rest of that?
Everything else I can handle.
Really, the vibe here in California is not good as far as I'm concerned. I don't see what anyone's talking about. And if they are saying how great it is, they're talking historically. They're not talking about how it is now, and it's only going to get worse going in the future.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, there's still a happy-go-lucky vibe, but the reality is everything's a mess.
Yeah.
That's what Mike's trying to describe.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know about things we should do on a trip back to Florida. We're going back to South Florida. So, bye-bye.